Hey Aries, how's it going? It's Ann from CancerMoonsTarot, and I'm coming at you guys with your March 2023 tarot reading. How are you? I hope you guys are doing well. Just want to mention before we start, guys, if you're interested in personal services, products, and so much more, I have failed, Aries, I'm going to pause for a second. I have failed this intro like a bajillion times to get to your reading, so I'm just going to roll with it, okay? For some reason today I can't speak, so we are rolling with this together, all right? We're vibing. Okay, let's get into it. So Aries, this is going to be your March 2023 reading. As always, if you're interested in personal services, products, and so much more, feel free to check out my website. Link is in the description below. I am tired of saying this, and I know you're tired of hearing it, but please be mindful of the scammers. I'm never going to reach out to you asking to get money from you or asking for a opportunity to read for you, right? So the only way that you guys can get a reading with me will be for my website and my website only. So watch out for the scammers. They are not me. All right? All right, though, Aries, without a further ado, let's get into it and see what's going on here for your March, not your mid, your March 2023. I keep wanting to say mid-February so bad because I just finished those readings. I think that's what's messing me up here today. All right, either way, it's one of those days where we're rolling with it. Okay, so let's see what's going on here for you. Starting out here with the overall energy for Aries, what do we got? And we got here the Hanged Man. Okay, Hangman showing up here for you. You could be dealing with a Pisces here potentially for a few of you. Now, the thing about the Hangman is that even though he might be stuck or trapped, he has this enlightened energy. As you can see, there's a glow that's around his head. So even though you might feel stuck in a situation, I kind of feel like you're being called to think outside the box because you have like the power and the knowledge of how to move yourself out of where you're currently at. So if you're feeling stuck and you're feeling trapped, think outside the box. Know that you have the answer already within you of what it is you need to do to put yourself in a better position. Okay? All right, let's go ahead and get an oracle card here to back up this Hangman card. What oracle card do we have here for Aries throughout mid-February? And what do we have? We have here vacation. It says take time for relaxation and adventure. Ooh, love that for you. Have you been stuck in like a cycle of stress or overworking yourself consistently? Because if that's kind of been the case here for you, Aries, a vacation definitely looks pretty dang needed. So don't be afraid to use those vacation days, that PTO that you have, whatever the case may be. If you need to take some time off because you deserve it, especially for the Aries peeps that have been working incredibly hard and very long hours, okay? All right, though. Let's go ahead and get on into it. Let's take a look here at your current situation. What's going to be the current situation here for Aries throughout mid-February? And what do we have? We have the Page of Swords. We have here the Temperance. And then lastly, we have here the Knight of Cups. Okay. Excuse me, guys. Thank you very much. When I see a Page of Swords, it could be one or two things. You know, it could be a card here that represents kind of like keeping an eye on somebody, or it could be a card that represents, in my case, hesitancy. So I do feel like you're a little hesitant here at this moment in time to say something or to speak up. So you're not talking about something, you're a little hesitant. What are you hesitant about, though? Having a look at the next card we do have here, the Temperance. So I kind of almost get the energy, Aries, where it's like you might be pretending that everything's fine right now. Maybe it's not pretending, but maybe it's like I have to show that everything's fine, because if I don't show that everything's fine, then other people here won't be interested. What does that mean? Taking a look here at the last card, Knight of Cups. Knight of Cups here could represent suitors. It could represent people who are interested in you. It's almost like if I show people that maybe I'm not in the best space, they won't be interested in investing in me. But if I just kind of show that I'm okay and that I'm strong, people would want to invest in me going forward. But I think that at the end of the day, if you're protruding that energy and people only care when they see this definition of perfection, then you're going to attract the fakest crowd ever. To put it bluntly with you, I think that the ideology of perfection is so false because we're all perfectly imperfect. And I think that the more that you try to show that you're in this perfect space when you're not, because you're looking for people to invest in you, whether it's investing in you romantically, investing in your business, investing in just who you are, you're going to attract the wrong crowd. Not the crowd who loves you, flaws and all, because everybody's got flaws. I got flaws. The fucking Pope has flaws. You know what I'm saying? And I think flaws are what make us beautiful. So I feel here that you're kind of in that position where maybe you're a little worried about people seeing what's truly going on or seeing where you're truly at in your path. And I think that it's a little scary at this time, because if people see these flaws, are they going to reject me? If people see these flaws, are they not going to love me? So it's kind of like bury those flaws away, put it in a lockbox, throw the box in the ocean, pretend it doesn't exist, because then people will invest if they don't see the real deep parts of who I am and what it is I'm going through. But I beg to differ. I think that if people were to see who you genuinely are, and if those are the people that are going to accept you, flaws and all, they're going to be the truest people to really love you unconditionally. So this is what it's looking like here in the current situation for the month of March. It's like, I don't know. I'm kind of hesitant to be open right now about what I'm feeling and what I'm experiencing because it kind of feels like it's going to push people away. Now, you might be feeling this way with a specific person. So if you're dealing with somebody romantically, you might be holding back what you're feeling and what you're going through. If you're dealing with somebody in friendship, or if you're even dealing with business, maybe right now you're putting on a brave face, but maybe you've been pretty nervous in your business, and maybe you've just been dealing with a lot emotionally, but you don't want to show that to the people you work with because you'd be scared of them not investing. Even people who work in businesses and bosses, deserve to take time off, especially with all the stress that they undergo. So Five of Cups showing up over here, it's definitely that energy that usually radiates sadness and disappointment. And I think you kind of just have a lot on your plate here coming into the month of March. Let's have a look and see what will be coming in here for Aries. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus throughout March, not mid-February, 2023. Please forgive me and bear with me, guys. I'm doing these readings super earlier than usual. So with that being said, it's a little hard to, go a month forward here. All right, let's take a look here at what's potentially coming in. We have the Judgment, okay? We also have here the Queen of Pentacles, and we have here the Ace of Cups. Yeah, I feel like you're being very, very judgmental of yourself. You're being very hard on yourself here coming into the month of March. And that was kind of similar to the energy that I was picking up this entire time, right? It was like you're being pretty harsh on yourself. And I think that ultimately here with the Queen of Pentacles, it's like right now you're trying to show people you're stable. Everything is great. And I think that you are going to attract people in here with the Ace of Cups. I think you are going to attract people to love you. But I think that at the end of the day, they're loving half of you and not all of you because they're not seeing that other side. Maybe the side right now that's sad. Maybe the side right now that's going through a lot. Clarify the Ace of Cups for me. Why do we have this Ace of Cups showing up here for Aries? And we have here the King of Swords. Yeah, it's pretty much like you're in this very stern energy. A King of Swords is a person who's very disciplined. And I'll give it to you, Aries. Aries are very, very disciplined. You guys know how to be careful. You guys know how to be careful in your language. You guys know what to say and what not to say. At the same time, if you piss off an Aries could be reckless in a way sometimes. But I think that you guys definitely have an idea of how to hide what it is you're feeling in a very tactical kind of way. So people aren't seeing what you're going through this month, but it does feel like you're dealing with a lot. And I don't know personally what it is you're dealing with, right? It could be literally anything. You could be going through a rough breakup right now, going through just a rough time financially, going through a rough time on your personal path. But I do feel like it's being locked away once again, right? In that lockbox that you're throwing into the ocean. And I think that it's like the more I can hide that side, then the more people will see value in me. But once again, guys, I'm going to fight with you this whole reading in a good way. I see more value in all of you than half of you, right? I see more value in all the flaws and all the tough times, all the sadness, all the pain than just the value in I'm okay, right? Because you're only showing half of who you are and half of what you're experiencing. So I do believe here you're being very much so judgmental of yourself going forward here, coming into the month of March. And I think that it is attracting in people and attracting situations to you. But once again, it's like, do you want the people that are going to come in and love you effortlessly and endlessly for all of you, or for all of who you are? Or do you want the people that are only here when things are good or when things seem okay? Because do remember, there's a lot of people that flee when the times get tough. Yeah, look at that. Eight of Swords here and the Fool card. When times get tough, there's a lot of people that flee when the times get tough. Look at that. Couldn't even be a more perfect two cards to come on out here for you. The Fool card, running away. Eight of Swords, overthinking, feeling like they're dealing with a lot of stress, mental imprisonment. So yeah, people here definitely run when times get tough. And I do feel like that could potentially be the crowd you're attracting. And if you show people who you are, the ones that stay, those are the ones that are worthy. Those are the ones that aren't going to run when the times are tough. So if you're open this month, coming into March 2023, Aries, if you're open with how you feel and those people stay, they're the ones who are going to love you unconditionally. And they're the ones that are going to stay through the hard times to get to the good times. Point blank, period. All right, let's have a look here and see what Aries can expect throughout the rest of their March 2023. What can Aries here expect throughout the rest of their month of March? Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. And what do we have? We have here the Chariot. We also have here the Three of Pentacles. We have here the Six of Wands. And then lastly here for you, we do have here a King of Wands coming on out here as well. Hello. Well, first things first, Chariot card here to the Three of Pentacles. This is an energy of a resolution. So I do feel like the battles you've been having, you're going to be victorious here in those battles. You also got here a Six of Wands, which is a card that represents victory. So basically, Aries, for whatever you've been dealing with that's been bringing sadness into your life, whatever kind of issues or problems you've been facing lately, I do feel like you're overcoming them, jumping into the month of March. But with the King of Wands coming into play here for you, once you do this battle, once you get through everything, I think you're going to start to realize what I've attracted is not really what I want, because I'm still desiring more. Now, what do I mean by this, Aries? Well, for example, let's say at this moment in time, you went through a really, really tough breakup, but you didn't really give yourself the opportunity to heal through that breakup. So instead, you kind of buried away your feelings. Ace of Cups, King of Swords. Maybe somebody came in and they connected with you and they liked you. And then suddenly, out of nowhere, as you started to finally heal from the previous connection you were dealing with, now you start to realize, oh, I never really wanted this person, you know? So it's kind of like this realization of, you know, when people were in my life, or when situations manifested in my life, when I was kind of hiding away all of who I was and only showing a portion of it, I attracted things that only resonated with one portion of who I am and not all of who I am. So that's why it's never truly fulfilling. You know, does that make sense? And I hope I'm making sense, because I know that maybe I might not be, or maybe I might sound confusing, but that's the way that I'm kind of seeing the reading pan out here for you, you know? For example, I've noticed this a lot in my life. You know, I've definitely been in a position before where I didn't heal and I didn't move on from somebody, and I instantly kind of jumped into another relationship. And when I did, and I finally started to heal, I definitely started to wake up and realize, oh, wait, I don't really like this person that much. Like, I'm not really into them that much, but because I didn't want to feel pain, being around them was a good distraction. So it's kind of this energy where it's like, there's something here you didn't want to face, something here you didn't want to confront. You definitely wanted to kind of cast aside your emotions for a while, because you felt that if you showed who you really were and if you showed everything you were going through, you felt like you wouldn't manifest opportunities or manifest people in your life to show you that they care about you. You felt like you would push people away by being in that space of sadness or showing people that you're going through something. Your vulnerability here is something you feared that other people would fear from you. And it was far from the truth. And I think that you're going to now start to realize that as you're working through your vulnerability this month, and as you're working through your problems and issues, and as things are getting better, you're like, well, what's surrounding me right now? It's still not enough. I still want more. King of Wands. And I think that's because you didn't open yourself up to be all of who you are. Because remember, we attract what it is we are. And if you were only operating at half of who you are, you were attracting things that only half resonate with you, right? So I kind of feel like that's the vibe here. And by the way, no judgment, guys. I don't want you to feel at all like you're being judged by me throughout this reading, because certainly you're not, because I've been here many times in my life, okay? So I will never judge any of my zodiac signs, and I want you guys to know that. So I hope I'm making perfect sense in today's reading. Of course, if none of this makes sense to you, it's one of those days, so totally disregard the reading. But if it's making sense to you, I hope that the answer here is getting across that, you know, you deserve to be 100% you, the good, the bad, the ugly, right? It doesn't matter. Every person has good, bad, and ugly within them. And guess what? The people who stick around for that and love you no less in every single version of yourself you show up in are the people who are important. The people who run when times get tough, those are the people that can only like a version of you and not all of who you are, and they don't matter in comparison to the real ones. All right, moving on here forward for you. Let's have a look here and see what the universe has to say. What is some advice coming in here from the universe for Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus throughout March 2023? I swear, man, I'm going to get dragged in the comments by the Aries. I'm sorry. I know I keep messing up what I'm saying here. All right, regardless, though, what do we got showing up here for Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus throughout March 2023? And what do we have? We have here the Eight of Cups. We have here the Three of Cups. And we also have here the Six of Cups as well. So taking a look here at what the universe has in store for you. Eight of Cups, Three of Cups, Six of Cups. Yeah, I mean, the universe is kind of in this position of time right now where universe wants you to be happy. You know, let go right now of the things in life that are holding you back. And how does one do that? Well, one does that by confronting what they're dealing with, right? Six of Cups, your history, your past, what you're going through. You know, a person who can see the good, the bad, and the ugly, but still love themselves is a person who will carry on forward in life. And I think that the universe here is trying to remind you of that you are perfectly imperfect. And the more that you can accept that of you, and the more that you worry less about the judgments of other people, 8 of Cups, and ignore it, and instead just enjoy yourself and enjoy the people who stick around, then you're going to definitely be setting foot here on a good path going forward. You know, it's pretty similar to everything I've been saying throughout this reading. So of course, I don't want to make it more repetitive here for you guys, but at the end of the day, love yourself and love all of you. And for the people that love all of you because you show all of you, those are the right people to keep in your life. Yep, we got here the 10 of Swords. And for anybody who can only love part of you, they're not worth it. 10 of Swords, kick them to the curb. Point blank, period. All right, let's go ahead and see the Oracle real fast. Is there any Oracle messages coming in here from the universe for Aries that they need to hear at this moment in time? And what do we have? We have here money. It says find a way to abundance. And we also have here dreams. Believe in your dreams. So just some side messages here from the universe. Money, find a way to abundance. Remember that you are more competent than you give yourself credit for. So right now, maybe if any Aries are facing financial issues, or if you desire more kind of physical wealth and abundance in your life, start focusing on what you want to do in order to manifest your abundant lifestyle. Do remember that with passion can come beautiful, beautiful results. Money is not the product, it is the side product, okay? What's the word that I'm looking for here? Not side product, but money is the byproduct here of adding value. There you go. That's what I wanted to mention here for you. So don't be afraid in March 2023 to go after what it is you're passionate about, because do remember, the more that you put your passion and the more that you add value to people in their day-to-day life, money is a byproduct of that. Okay. Now also we have here dreams. It does say believe in your dreams. So I do think for some Aries, you might have been in a period of time where you've been having your dreams be more in your mind a lot more frequently lately. So if that's the case here, you could be getting called to really go after your dreams at this time. So don't hold yourself back. If you've been thinking about doing something for a while and it's becoming more and more apparent to you that you really desire a certain kind of career path, a certain kind of business to start, something like that, don't be afraid to get started here jumping into March 2023, because you know what? Dreams really do come true. All right though, Aries, let's go ahead and close out your reading here with an outcome. So what's going to be the overall outcome here for Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus throughout March 2023? And what do we got here for you? We got here the Death card. Yep, things are certainly changing. And most importantly, what's going to be changing here is what you show the world. And I love that for you. And if you look at it too, it's like you got the white horse here, right? And then you also have here the Death card, who's kind of dressed up as this Grim Reaper. So everybody has both the light and the dark within them. And at the end of the day, we will all be light and dark. We will all have negative. We will all have positive. At the end of the day, we will all have the good, the bad, and the ugly that lives within all of us, you know? So who are other people to judge, and who are you to judge yourself? Judge yourself with grace, okay? Judge yourself with love. At the end of the day, you guys sometimes put a lot of weight and heavy energy on your backs, and ultimately you don't deserve to punish yourself for simply being human. I really feel like that's something that's really awesome to mention as well. It's like you're human. Don't put so much weight on your shoulders, Aries, okay? The more that you do that, the more you put yourself in a rough position, and you don't deserve to torture yourself. So regardless, guys, you know, whether this was your reading, whether it resonates to you or not, jumping into March 2023 for some Aries here, you know, if it happens to be your story, just know that showing all of you and being vulnerable can certainly be a scary thing, but wearing that vulnerability and owning who you are and moving forward throughout life, not giving a shit what other people say, is what's going to surround you with the realest people and the realest situations. And as an Aries, you know that you'd rather have something real than something fake. 100%. Okay, so with that being said, guys, thank you so much for tuning into your reading. I hope it made sense. I'm sorry if it didn't. I told you guys, I was real honest with you guys in the beginning today. It was one of those days for me, man. It was just like, okay, I got to go with the flow today because I'm messing up left and right. So hopefully it makes sense. Hopefully it resonates. If it doesn't, don't worry about it. But thank you so much for tuning in nonetheless. If you are new here and you're interested in subscribing to the channel, you can definitely feel free to do so. I'd be more than happy to welcome you here into the Soul family. I also want to mention once again, if you're interested in personal readings and products and so much more, check the link in the description below to my website, CancerMoonsTarot.com, if you wish to go ahead and check it out. But nonetheless, Aries, have a great March, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Much love, and have yourselves a good one. Peace.